I'm so very sorry about yesterday.
So am I.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Getting there.
This is Chill for today.
Hi.
Hello. It's been so long. We actually had a hard time figuring out what we're doing here. And it's so hot. This is the dog days of summer.
Yeah.
The end of, we're into September.
This is our
word.
first of 9 days in a row in the 90s, and we're not looking forward to it.
No, we're not prepared. I'm going to bring this a little closer, make sure that microphone. Oh, you see all the secret stuff. We've got boxes of gloves and a box of masks that gets our microphone up there. Anyway.
We're battened down.
We are battened down, absolutely. He had his birthday yesterday, and he turned the jolly old age of 68.
74.
You look damn fine for 74, my sweetheart, and I love you just as much as the day I met you.
I'm glad we straightened that out because I wouldn't look so good for 68.
And we had really a quiet day. It turned out so hot, and we had a dinner planned, and I started to swoon in the afternoon because of the heat. And he said, let's do it on another night. So we did, and he's got me watching cartoon. And actually, I'm enjoying it very much.
Not cartoons.
No.
Cartoon.
Chuck Heston.
Yeah, it's a lot of sand, camels, and overall.
And I don't know whether you saw our last signature glass of wine, but it was the Lawrence of Arabia. It was Khartoum, and there was one other one that he did give me this. I think we mentioned that we had seen the Sand Pebbles.
Sand Pebbles, yeah.
Gosh, I have a whole list here of movies that we've seen since we saw.
By the way, it's Lawrence of Arabia, not Lawrence of Olivier.
I know I said that, and I corrected it. Yeah, we did see Sand Pebbles, though, and. Yeah. I say it again, I said it when we talked about it before, that it's a movie that is so painful to watch, and he said, oh no, it's not. It is. It's a fabulous movie, but the process you have to go through to get to the end of this movie is... Anyway, we saw a whole slew of movies, one of yesterday, which was yesterday, Khartoum, with Sir Laurence Olivier. No. Yes.
Olivier and Charlton
Heston. And we are about halfway. Well, it's got an intermission. It's got the overture. It's got the intermission. Well,
yeah,
it's a long movie.
It is.
But he said I get to pick
not
the next one.
Not as long as Ben-Hur, which is over 4 hours.
That's the one I'm going for next.
Yeah.
Okay. We got new phones. Hello, we got new phones.
And even though they're the same as our old phones,
yeah.
Samsungs, they're an updated version, and we're still finding out how to use them correctly.
This has been a very... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on you.
No, I didn't have anything else to say.
It's been a couple of really, really stressful weeks, and all these things a week ago happened. It was just like one after another, that literally we had to stop everything that we were doing to fix that problem. Then another problem came up that we had to stop everything, and both of us, it was like...
some problems we can't fix. I was so proud of myself the other day because I fixed our door system, which, consists of a... remote operated lock that we use through the phone and our video doorbell. Mm-hmm. Now, neither of which works, and I don't know if anybody else has a Nest system out there, but I highly recommend you don't buy one because rarely do all parts work at the same time, and it's kind of like an Epson printer I have. I'd like to go, if there was an office, I'd like to take that huge printer that I paid a fortune for and go down and throw it through their window. And I'd like to do the same thing with the Nest Hello doorbell and the Nest Yale lock.
And it took him days to get the lock fixed. He got the lock fixed.
I got the lock and the video camera working.
Yeah.
And then we had a power outage, and I've uninstalled it, I've reinstalled it. Nothing works.
And of course, you can't get a hold of any kind of tech support.
If you want tech support, you have to bring somebody out here and pay them a couple $100 to fix your problem until your next problem arises.
So that one's been scheduled, to another day. I had the phones was a big deal. I know it sounds like not a big deal, but it was a big deal.
For us, going out anywhere is
a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I was having a problem with my Gmail account and my YouTube account, and Well, it was a mess, and I had a friend help me 3 days in a row.
She had to go all the way to South Carolina to get help.
He couldn't even figure it out. It was a mess, and he finally, bless his heart, Bob, he figured it out. But it was 3 days of him and I on the phone, like probably a good hour each day, doing all this troubleshooting, and we thought it was fixed, and then it would get unfixed. So it's been all those kinds of little things, you know. And then I got. Well, you bought it for me, but you know, I got another loom years ago. I used to weave quite a bit, floor loom, quite a bit of weaving.
She was good too.
Oh, I did some of. I did not my full living, but I did quite a bit of income with my loom. And I got bone spurs in my heels. Don't make a joke about bone spurs.
No, I wouldn't think of it.
Got bone spurs, and my back was causing me a lot of trouble, and I just couldn't sit at that loom for hours on end. So I sold it about 15 years ago. Broke my heart.
It was a beautiful loom. We had it custom made by a fella in Oregon City, a 60-inch English black walnut, beautiful piece of furniture.
So he said to me, you know, why don't you, just recently he started after me, why don't you think about a rigid head loom? And I said, no, I don't want to do that. It would never make it. I don't, period. And he kept after me. And I said, no.
That's the kind of guy.
You are. You even when we were dating, you did that. And he just kept after it. You know, he'd show me pictures and say, come look at this. You know, no, I don't want it. Well, he finally convinced me to really sit down and look at it and what was the possibilities of it. Well, anyway, I bought a rigid head loom. It's 30 inches wide, and I'm just now trying to. And there was a problem. The parts weren't there. Parts that were supposed to be there weren't there, and had to order them. And well, it's somebody at the factory. You know,
I put it together. It came in
parts.
Basically, the loom was together. It was just folded, and then there was a stand for it. And I put the stand together, and we got down to one barrel nut. Yep. That they sent the wrong size. Yep. 1 out of 4. So we had to wait for that to be shipped from Colorado.
So then he said, and it's true, I said, well, I need a sewing machine because I do a lot of finishing work on these handwovens that I do, and some of it has to do with sewing machine. So we find a dandy little Singer online, and he orders it, and it comes. And
then a few days later, I get an email saying, your sewing machine is out for delivery. So they sent us a second one. So
no charge for the second one.
And trying to get the person to understand that they had sent us 2 sewing machines was not easy. It was one of these phone banks.
Well, they kept thinking I was telling them I got charged twice for one machine.
And that you got somebody else's machine.
Yeah, well, it's somebody else's machine. No, it's not. It's mine. You sent me 2 of them. So just that was a hassle getting that stuff back. But we got the machine back. I've got mine. It works beautifully. I'm so excited now that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do my first project.
Sending it back was not easy either because we had a local drop-off here. First of all, they told us they were going to pick it up.
Yeah.
Which they didn't. But they sent us the return address thing for FedEx, and they had a local drop-off at Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart? No, Walgreens. So I went to Walgreens, and I hand him that. The guy says, fine. He scans it in, and I say, may I have a receipt? I can't print you a receipt.
We don't do receipts.
So what proof do I have that I actually returned it? So I ended up taking a picture of the return address thing on the package, and then I stood back and took a picture of the guy taking the package. So I don't know if that'd do any good.
Yeah, but you don't give you a receipt. So here, have a sewing machine, have a nice life. I'm out of here. I just don't know. So anyway, it's been just these little things for 2 weeks, and his birthday came, and I wasn't feeling up to as good as I could. It has been, but
a lot of
life is
nitpicky stuff.
Mighty fine.
Yes.
We are very blessed, and we know we are. And you know what? We do this little thing because I don't know. It's just that's all we've got.
We'd have no life.
It's true. Like he says, well, what are we going to talk about? I said, we have nothing to talk about but stuff that's been happening wrong around here. Oh gosh, but it's good. It is. It's all good. We're so blessed, and we're so happy that you have seen 74 years, and you're healthy and you're well. And
as far as we know.
Then he gets a text from his brother yesterday, a cardiologist, I might add.
My brother's a cardiologist. He's 70. Well, he's 70 now. He'll be 71 in November.
Yeah.
He's still working. He goes to a He's now working, even though he's a cardiologist, he's now working as a GP in basically a Latino clinic in
migrant worker
in the Southern Bay Area or the Monterey Bay Area. And he still goes to work every day and sees 30, 40 patients a day. So he sends me an email the other day saying that he just had a cardiac catheterization and had to have a stent put in his left anterior descending artery. So,
but he's feeling well.
He's feeling well. He's back. He worked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Went in, had the stent put in on Thursday. Was back at work on Friday.
Yeah, amazing.
So,
medicine. Anyway.
So, and I, we don't have the kind of money he does, but I'm coming up on 12 years of retirement, so life is good.
Life is good. Yeah, we know that we know how blessed we are, and I know a lot of you feel the same way about it. Is that like a weird?
Oh, this is our signature glass of wine, but it's a little early in the day,
it is
so
a little early. Well,
no wine, and we both did not sleep.
Oh my gosh, we had a terrible night.
I started waking up, but we went to bed early. We were tired.
Well, I didn't feel well.
And I started waking up at 11:40 and just kept waking up, and.
And our bedroom window, we have the down, up, down blinds, and I like to have the up above ones open down, pulled down a bit, so I can look outside when I'm laying in bed, if there's stars out or whatever. And of course, we've had the most incredible full moon last night. It's just awesome.
Beautiful.
So about 1 o'clock in the morning here in our part of the latitude, here's this full moon, and it happens every month. It's up in the sky, and it comes shining through our bedroom window right on the bed. And I tell them, people go sunbathing and they go take a suntan. It's moonbathing. I moonbathe and I get a moon tan at 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's so cool though.
I noticed the color. Yeah.
Looking better. Yeah. It is so cool though to lay in bed and to see that beam of moonlight come through your window, and it only lasts about 20-25 minutes, and then it moves on to someone else's home.
But it's this beautiful golden color when it first comes up over the horizon.
Yeah, it's pretty. So we're just going to go real quick here. We saw a bazillion movies. All of them were excellent. I think actually the ones we didn't like, I just didn't even write down. We saw Elmer Gantry. Man, oh man, what a movie.
I think you told them.
No, this was our new list.
Okay.
The Sand Pebbles. We said we were going to see Elmer Gantry. So we saw Elmer Gantry, Burt Lancaster, one of the all-time greatest movies. Sand Pebbles with Steve McQueen.
And Richard Crenna.
Painful, but so good.
And Richard Attenborough.
Yes, again.
Long before he founded Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Foul Play with Goldie Hawn and Chevy Chase.
And Dudley Moore is hilarious in it.
Cash Bacall, one of his faves. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Yeah. That's James Garner.
Yeah.
Who else was in that?
It's similar to another movie made called The Wheeler Dealers, which is a lot funnier and a lot better. But
Topper with Cary Grant. See, we're going back a ways on some of these movies.
Yeah, well, that's Turner Classic Movies.
Yeah.
So.
Life with Father with Zazu Pitts, Liz Taylor as a very young girl, and who's the dad?
William Powell.
William Powell. That's right, William Powell.
One of my favorites, The Thin Man.
And we saw another Thin Man.
Yes.
Which was again
William Powell, Myrna Loy. Yeah.
The Replacements. It's not old. It's a football movie with Keanu Reeves. Baby, I don't know what it is about him. I really find him very sexy. I just do. That's it.
Well, I won't worry about that too much. If I found him sexy, I'd worry about it.
Okay. The Senator was Indiscreet. Very powerful movie.
I didn't think it was a great film, but there's a lot of similarities to what's going on in today's
politics
world.
Yeah, absolutely. The Searchers, John Wayne. I mean, what a gorgeous movie.
Yeah.
Cowboy.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful film.
Monument Valley, like a lot of John Ford pictures were.
Gosh, what a beautiful movie that was. The Search. Oh, that's okay. Scaramouche.
Yeah, Sterling Granger.
That's right. 1952. Scaramouche. Terminator.
We saw the latest Terminator.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. This wasn't the old one.
Yeah.
It was a freebie.
Arnold's in a walker, but
Just about. No, he looked darn good, and so did Linda Hamilton. She's aged considerably, but man, I'll tell you what, if I had her bod at my age, she looked amazing. I find her very sexy.
well,
Last Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now,
oh yeah, that was just a wasted film. We were tired. It was late at night. We didn't want to start a movie we cared about, and believe me, we didn't care about this movie.
kind of lame. It was.
Yeah.
This Property is Condemned with Robert Redford and Natalie Wood. I had never seen the movie. I didn't know what the movie was about. Interesting. It was very Tennessee Williams. I mean, if you know Tennessee Williams,
I thought the movie should have been condemned, but that.
Well, he kept saying, I don't know. I said, it's Tennessee Williams.
Yeah.
Well, it's what it is. But it was well done. Grand Prix with James Gardner. Again, visually, just a beautiful movie.
Yeah, a lot of good racing footage on
Yeah.
the Grand Prix circuit.
It was interesting about that movie, and I suspect you caught it. I would think you would. Is that it really shows you a man's love. These were all men that were race car drivers, but that their love of that car and that speed was far greater than the love that they had for the women in their lives. They jeopardized the women in their lives to
I
race.
think they're all crazy race
Oh
car
my
drivers
gosh,
anyway.
just out there. Bonnie and Clyde, I mean, again, that's another one of those movies that when it came out in 67, it was one of the first, like Bullet was, these movies that were at that time they still are, so violent. It was a shock to your system to go into a theater and see this kind of violence. It wasn't like a slasher movie. It was a very realistic
What a
comment.
shoot 'em up.
Oh boy.
Very little regard for human life.
There you go. So that
Kind
was
of like our world today, but
Oliver Twist.
that was good. Old black and white film based on the Dickens story.
Really
with,
good.
Alec Guinness,
Yeah, you would
almost
never know.
unrecognizable as the character Fagin. And there's
Robert Newton.
yeah,
Robert Newton.
yeah, very not the likable character he was as Long John Silver in Treasure Island, but
Yeah.
again, a really interesting movie. Gives you some amazing footage of what life was like for the poor
Oh
in
my gosh.
London when they had workhouses and things
Terrible,
like that.
terrible conditions. And I'm sure we saw just, we saw it glamorized probably, cleaned up a bit, but it was pretty bad. So that was it.
And that's it.
And cartoon, which we are almost done with. So that's our movies. And as I said, that's 2 weeks of movies. And I don't think we're sitting there like that for 8 hours.
And we had to go through and cull the movies we recorded because our recorder, our Xfinity recorder, was getting too full and we had too many movies scheduled to be recorded.
Shame on us.
Well, what are we going to do? We can't.
You're going to help me weave.
I am. Okay.
And I haven't done hardly any hardly. Well, listen to that English language form. I have done almost no cooking because I've just been not feeling like I wanted to cook. We've been eating a lot of stuff out of the freezer.
Yeah. Originally, we were going to have faux fried chicken and mashed potatoes last night. That's what I want for my birthday.
Yep.
And that's chicken, And then it was going to be spaghetti, meatballs, and garlic bread.
Meatballs.
But somebody was really tired.
I didn't feel well
And
yesterday.
so we ended up with a breaded chicken patty sandwich, which was very tasty and gave us both severe abdominal cramps. So what's left of it, and this is the second time for me. I had it once before and I had the same result. So they're not going to fool me a third time. The rest of them will go out.
Just didn't go down too well.
No.
So
anyway, not everything you can buy is a winner.
that's right. You just always have to check it out and see what happens.
Right? But
Yes.
we had, for my birthday
Oh
dessert,
my gosh.
vegan chocolate cake with chocolate frosting and oat
Milk.
milk vanilla ice cream. And I'll tell you, I defy a non-meat eater or a meat eater
Yeah.
to have that cake and ice cream and know that it wasn't the real thing. It was so good.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
I had
So
a
good.
friend of ours, Tracy, gave me a chocolate cake recipe that just looked killer good. And I said, it's too much. It's too much for us, and I don't want to put it in that freezer and have say, there's cake down there. So he said, Whole Foods has a nice chocolate slice. It's vegan, and we get
I
some.
wanted to go for the whole cake, 55 ounces, rather than a 4-ounce slice. But
God.
as it turned out, a 4-ounce slice was plenty
Big
for 2 people.
Yes, actually, it was more than
Yes.
so. But so we had that instead, and I'll tell
And
you,
I
it was
enjoyed
delicious.
every bite
Oh
of
my
it.
God, that was good cake. You would never know. Honestly, I could have put that in front of my
And the
father. He'd say, "This is the
vanilla
best cake
ice
I ever
cream
ate."
was creamy and
Yeah.
delicious. And
Yeah, good vanilla flavor. So
Yeah.
those were 2 big thumbs up on
Yeah.
those. All right, my love. I think we have just gone on and on and
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna have to clip
a
to
couple
get.
people have fallen asleep. And,
Yeah, at least, yes.
one had to call the paramedics. So.
We hope all of you are well. We think of you, and we hope you're doing well, and we hope you're surviving the last horrible days of summer. And know that autumn, of course, my favorite time of year, absolutely, bar none, my favorite season. Autumn is just over that crest. Just hang on a week or more longer. You're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, I see fall leaves. I see them," and the weather's gonna start to get cooler. And it's gonna be nice.
I'm looking forward to
Gonna be real nice. We love you all. Take care. We'll see you next week.
it. Bye-bye.
Bye.